Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. We are obviously headed oot and a boot. We got a couple things to do. I got to run to the Walmart and pick up my prescriptions. And remember the other day I said I wasn't taking back my library books because I didn't want to go out in the cold? Well, apparently they don't return themselves. So I need to run to the library, drop off my library books, and I have a book on hold. So we need to do that. And y'all, we got to get back to the house. Sorry, my blinker's probably driving you crazy. Got to get back to the house because the pupsies have their checkup. We got to get to the vet. So, got to run to the Walmart, got to run to the library, and then get back to the house before the intern gets there. So that's what we got to do. So we can't be all wandering around, dawdling. Got to get on it. So y'all, I noticed we have some new friends, some new folks have subscribed. So welcome. Y'all, thank you for subscribing. And I thought, I talk all the time like y'all just know me. So I thought I would tell y'all a little bit about myself. I live in Minnesota. As you see, can y'all see the snow? It's about, ooh, it's gross now. It's dirty because it's warm. So the nice clean snow on top has melted and all you can see is the dirty snow up underneath. But anyway, I moved here 13 years ago to live with the intern, who is, of course, my dearly beloved. And I realize y'all might not know the intern story. The reason that we call him the intern. Well, he helps out a lot on another show that I'm on, the TPS Report. And one day he was, well, there are varying accounts of this event. I say he was helping me out. He says I was barking orders. And he said, I do so much for this show, y'all should just call me the intern. I say that he said, I enjoy helping out with this show so much, y'all should just call me the intern. But either way, that's how the intern was born. So this was years ago. So he tried, so then we just started calling him the intern. He tried after that to change it to like, I don't know, head of information gathering. Or some ridiculous nonsense. But Alex, my co-host on the other show, and I have been calling him the intern for so long, and we're like old dogs. We can't be changing our tricks midstream. So yeah, the intern tried to change his title, but he's the intern. So when I refer to the intern, that's what I mean. The absolute love of my life. So that's us. We live in Minnesota. I've been here 13 years. I moved here from Georgia. And even after 13 years, I am still an absolute fish out of water. Let's get on with it. What were we going to talk about this week? So I got a text from a friend. I was going to say I got a comment, but it was not a comment. It was a text. Because y'all can see my comments. Be like, don't be making stuff up. I'm not making stuff up. I did, in fact, get a text message asking me what I think about different types of diets. If I have opinions on different types of diets, which ones I think work, which ones I think don't work. And I do have some opinions. Let me say straight out the gate that I have two subscriptions. I have a subscription to Weight Watchers, and I have the intern and I have the family subscription on Peloton because we have the bike. So we have the family subscription on the bike that allows us to ride the bike and, do all the things. So those are the two things that I pay for. And the reason that I say that is because I want to talk about some things. First thing that I want to talk about, and I debated talking about this first or last, because I'm going to piss some people off. But that's okay. If you do not want to know my opinions, this is not the place to be. So I'm going to say straight out the gate that what I do not think works, what I don't think is a good idea, and what I do not think that folks should be involved in for weight loss, for health management, for trying to develop a healthier lifestyle, for any of that, is multi-level marketing, diet schemes, healthcare, lifestyles, any of that. If it's an MLM, don't do it. And y'all, hang on, I'm pulling into the Walmart, so I need to be watching for dodgy drivers. kind of multi-level marketing diet or healthcare scheme, scam, program, whatever you want to call it, Herbalife, Isogenics, Shakely, Plexus, Beachbody, It Works, Thrive. Thrive is Lavelle. That's a huge one. It Works is those wraps. New Skin, Modere, y'all, all of those companies, they're multi-level marketing. They transactionalize relationships. So I don't remember where I was, but all of those are multi-level marketing schemes. The products are overpriced. The coaches aren't coaches, they're salespeople. They're not trained. Well, they are trained. All they're trained to do is upsell you and then try to get you to sign on to the program to get a discount to bring down the prices on their overpriced products. Because they don't make money from selling the products. They make money from getting people to sign up underneath them and buy into the opportunity. So, let me climb off my soapbox here and stop fussing about multi-level marketing scams, because that's not what we're talking about. And let me also say, in the interest of full disclosure, y'all, I was in an MLM. I sold Jamberry nail wraps, and I left not because I wasn't making any money, and unfortunately not because I became all enlightened and realized what kind of scam I was involved in. I left because the company changed, and as many of them do, because what they're selling stops being profitable enough, so they branch out into other markets. And then the experts that they have selling their products become experts in other things. So anyway, that's not me getting off my soapbox. Let me get off my soapbox. So those are things that don't work. Those are things to avoid. Let me say one more thing about that, and then I really am going to get off my soapbox. What I've recently seen in the multi-level marketing game is, so it was the Huns. Somebody that would drop into your DMs and be all, oh, hey, hun, remember me from high school, blah, blah. And it's somebody you haven't talked to in decades. And all of a sudden they're your best friend and wanting to let you in on this opportunity that they have. I have to think about where I'm going. So now it's the same high school Huns that you haven't talked to in decades and probably might not have even really been friends with back when you did talk to them. But now they drop into your DMs and they have some kind of promotion that they want you to post on your page as though you're using their product. So they're using you to sell their product to your friends. Again, transactionalizing friendships, but now they're transactionalizing your friendships to sell their crap. All right, now I'm getting off my soapbox. So those are things that don't work, things that we're not going to do. Let's talk about some things that do work. The Mediterranean diet is very well researched. It's very highly rated, and here's what it is. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a diet that people living along the Mediterranean would eat or do eat. It's primarily plant-based, or at least it's plant-heavy. Lots of fruits and vegetables, and then seafood, because Mediterranean Sea. You also include poultry, well, lean poultry, probably like white meat, not dark meat, lean protein. Then you incorporate beans, which will give you more protein, whole grains, oh, and unsaturated fats. So y'all, this is a really versatile diet. The whole family can eat it, and it can be budget friendly too, depending on how you shop. It's been around for years, and it's been a really popular diet for a long time. Another diet, which they don't really call a diet, they call it a lifestyle plan, is Weight Watchers. That's the one I'm on. I've been on Weight Watchers for decades, and that's 0% an exaggeration. So Weight Watchers is based on a point system. You can eat absolutely anything that you want on Weight Watchers. You just got to count your points. The goal is to eat healthy fats, protein, and fiber, and the points that are assigned to foods are based on how those things combine in the foods, like how much fiber something has versus the fat and the proteins. And it's tricky magic. I have no idea really how it works because I don't actually calculate my points. I just put the food into the app, and the app tells me how many points the food has, and I adjust from there. You get a certain number of points a day, and if you stay within your point range, then Bob's your uncle, you lose weight. You can gain points or earn points by working out. You used to be able to earn points by eating vegetables. You can't anymore, but there are lots of 0-point foods, like Greek yogurt is now 0 points. Y'all, I eat a lot of Greek yogurt now. Eggs are 0 points. A lot of lean protein is 0 points, at least on my plan it is. I think it's non-starchy vegetables are 0 points. So for me, it's virtually impossible to be hungry on Weight Watchers. I mean, unless I'm just making bad plans, making bad choices. There are group meetings that you can go to. I've never gone to group meetings. Well, I have gone to group meetings with other people. I've never been a part of a Weight Watchers group because y'all know that's just not me. But a lot of people benefit greatly from that group support, sitting around talking to other people about their struggles, about their victories, about even just about the program, bouncing ideas off of each other about what to eat, what not to eat, how to adjust things. What I like about Weight Watchers is you can literally eat anything. Like if I wanted to eat a crumble cookie, y'all, 30 points. 30 points. Let me put that into perspective. I get 23 points a day. A day. All my points in a day, 23. One crumble cookie, 30 points. But if I wanted to eat a crumble cookie, I could eat a crumble cookie. I would just have to adjust my points and know that all 23 of my points in one day are going to that crumble cookie, and that I just have to make up for that some kind of how. Now, in all reality, y'all, as much as I work out, and I don't even really look at my workout points, because for me, that's kind of like the national debt. The number is so big, it just doesn't make sense. So I just watch my food points and I try not to eat more than my 23 points a day. But if I wanted to eat a crumble cookie, I would truly be fine because I probably double my food points in a day just by working out. So anyway, that's Weight Watchers. It works well for me. It's worked well for me for years because it's very flexible. I feel like it would work well for a family, or if one person in the family was on Weight Watchers, I feel like they could adjust what they eat based on their Weight Watchers points and then feed the rest of the family what they want. Like for the intern and me, y'all have seen, sometimes I'll make a meat dish that we both eat, and then I just have vegetables with it, and I make him something starchy like mashed potatoes or mac and cheese or something. So I find Weight Watchers to be very flexible. Let me move on because I've been talking about Weight Watchers for like 15 miles. The other actual diet plan that I want to talk about is NutriSystem. I've never been on NutriSystem. I've never done it, but it's been around for 100 years. That's an exaggeration. I don't know how long it's been around, but it's been around for as long as I can remember, and it is still around. So NutriSystem is a pre-packaged program. So you go online, you sign up for it. There are different programs that you can sign up for based on your needs and really how much you want to spend. And you order your meals. They're pre-packaged meals, and it's meals and snacks, and that's what you eat. And I think, y'all please correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's done NutriSystem. I think maybe you can add other things to it, like salads or veg or something. I'm not really sure, but you definitely buy their pre-packaged foods, which I've read some critiques that say that those can get a bit boring if you're not good about how you order. So you order their pre-packaged foods. So that can completely alleviate any challenge of portion control because they give you the portions, or meal planning because they plan your meals. All you have to do is order them. They come in either like shelf storage kinds or freezer ready. So you get your meals, you store them, and Bob's your uncle, you just eat. All right, we are at the library. Let me run inside, drop off my books, grab my book off of hold, and then I'll come back. We'll talk about intermittent fasting and wrap this thing up. So NutriSystem can be a bit limiting choice-wise, can be a bit expensive, I think, because you have to order their meals, and it might be a bit challenging if one person in the family is on NutriSystem and then other people aren't. But I think if the NutriSystem diet system works for you, I think you can like adjust those other things and make them work. The other thing I wanted to talk about was intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting is exactly what it sounds like. You fast intermittently throughout the day. So instead of eating meals and snacks just off and on when you're hungry during your waking hours, you choose a set amount of time to fast, and then by default you eat the other time. And there are different theories and different ideas about how much time you should fast and then eat. But the basic idea is the same, that by not eating for an extended period of time, you force the body to exhaust its sugar stores and start burning fat, which is called metabolic switching. I might be completely wrong and totally off on this, but I think that's on the keto diet. I think that's ketosis. I might be totally off on this. I'm not talking about the keto diet. Don't even want to get into that. But yeah, I think that's what that is. Anyway, there are some interesting studies, double-blind, like legit university studies on intermittent fasting, on the positive effects that it has on the body, on hormones, stabilizing hormone levels. There are lots of recorded benefits, almost to a one. What researchers who talk about intermittent fasting stress is that the idea is not that you fast and then you eat whatever you want. They talk about having a healthy base eating plan for your not fasting time. A few of them mention the Mediterranean diet as a good eating plan to be on during your non-fasting time. So the idea isn't that you starve yourself for a while and then you eat like McDonald's and trashy stuff. It's that you fast and then that you eat a healthy, well-balanced diet during your non-fasting times. So that's intermittent fasting. My thoughts are that the best diet is the diet that works for you. Now, there are some really unhealthy diets out there. And there are some people that honestly, y'all shouldn't diet. And any diet would be unhealthy for those people. People who are overly fixated on weight, on calories. I think any diet can go wrong for certain people. And y'all, I don't mean this flippantly at all. If you are one of those people, I hope that you're not watching this video, because this conversation probably wouldn't be healthy for you to be part of. But I think the goal is to find a diet that's good for you and works for you. One thing I think that we should look at is if a diet has long-term success. And of the diets that I've talked about, the Mediterranean diet, Weight Watchers, and intermittent fasting all show good longitudinal results. And Weight Watchers has been number one with a bullet for diets with long-term results for weight loss and healthy living. The Mediterranean diet also has very good results. NutriSystem does not have good results for long-term weight loss, because when you stop buying their pre-packaged portion-controlled meals, they haven't taught you how to think about food and how to weigh out and portion out your own meals. So when you stop buying their stuff, you don't have the tools that you need to continue to make good choices and eat in a healthy way. So NutriSystem might be good short term, and then once you get the results that you want, maybe find another plan to go on to learn how to maintain those results. But long-term NutriSystem is not the one. So those are my thoughts. My diet plan of choice is obviously Weight Watchers. I do Weight Watchers. I'm not terribly strict about it, but I work out a lot. And working out will cover up some bad choices when it comes to eating. So what are y'all's thoughts? Do you worry about your weight? Do you diet? Do you just try to stay within sort of a healthy range? If your genes fit, are you just happy with that? Let me know in the comments how you think about all this. So y'all, it turns out that driving around and talking about fitness isn't actually a fitness plan. Who knew? So I came home, did a workout. Y'all saw that core workout just about killed me. Now I got to get something going for dinner. I don't know if I told y'all, but while I was out of town, the intern did some unsupervised, unsanctioned shopping and came home with these like $2 Salisbury steak dinners. So I promised him that if he would stop eating those things, that I would make him some actual Salisbury steak dinners. Now I got to figure out how to make Salisbury steak. So I think what I'm going to do is throw together some ground beef, some breadcrumbs, some ketchup, dry mustard, a little Worcestershire sauce, maybe a little bit of beef bouillon, and some salt and pepper. Mush that up, make the patties out of that, sear those a little bit on both sides, and then I'll make the gravy by sauteing some onions and garlic, of course. Then I'm going to throw in some beef broth, little bit of ketchup, some Worcestershire sauce, cook that down a little bit, get the crunchies off of the pan, and then throw in just a little bit of cornstarch, let it start thickening up, and then put my Salisbury steaks that I made back in there and let those cook in the gravy for a little bit. And then I'll adjust the thickness with some more cornstarch if I need to, cook that off, and then that'll be our Salisbury steaks for dinner. I'll serve them to the intern with those standard side, mashed potatoes or mac and cheese, whatever he wants. And then I might have mine with some white rice and a couple of veggies. And then y'all, that'll be a quick, easy dinner for both of us. Y'all, thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you haven't already done so, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I upload food and fitness videos on Monday with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.